Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW. We're here in the Tier 6 Nelson, or should I say we're in a pair of Tier 6 Nelsons, the premium British battleship with its funny gunneria, because I'm here in division with my buddy Chinlarden, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with this, and it's not going to be an all medals and huge massive scoring game. The scores are going to be decent, but what I'm trying to show here is something that people go on about a lot, about how a crossfire can really change the balance of the game. There are a lot of battleships out here. There's a couple of destroyers, and one of those destroyers is going to have a really great game of it. So let's get into it. We spawn here on B-Cap, centre of the map. We've got a Minsk alongside us, and Chin remarks that he doesn't expect that guy to live very long. But as the match starts, we tell him that we'll support him, and we'll get our guns forward, and we'll start to move in with him in a little while. We do get the Dunkirk spotted, or as Chin likes to call it, the Dunker-Q. I keep trying to correct him, but he insists it right. But we're going to slap a couple of turrets off on him as we start, and that's going to be enough actually to make him turn out, realizing that he's in range to everybody. Blub blub, there we go. So only 9k, but it's enough to start. That's the Mackerson. Those two guys are in division, and it looks like they're abandoning the centre and heading straight across the sea. I think people like all those little islands and having something to hide behind. But the Dunkirk is just behind an island at the moment. He drops out of range as he's turned out. Our Minsk is on cap, and he looks like he's doing a pretty decent job of taking that for us, but he gets himself spotted. He hits his smoke straight away, and he's going to sit there. And on my compilation videos, that is called dope in a smoke, because you don't sit in it. You try to drop detection, reposition. You know, he's not contested on the cap yet, but there go the torpedoes. He manages to avoid those ones. And then there's another set come in very quickly. So we know that we've got the scone ahead of us there. There's the Dunker-Q again, so we give him some lead and slap another full salvo out there. He's gone on me, so I hit the brakes and I turn in, and I take a lot more off him than he takes off me. But we've got the Mackinson there as well, so we're going to keep pushing forward. There's the scone. He's going away from us, so we look and trying to decide which target to go for. And there goes our Minsk. Devstruck first blood to the scone. So we're turning because we're kind of thinking that torpedoes have come out, and I crash into Chin because I keep getting my left and right mixed up. But there's the Mackinson. We get shots across the top on him. And because we've got this cap, we know there's a DD there. We actually decide that here, because the rest of blue team are kind of in a stalemate here, we are going to hang a hard left and go through the middle. And now we literally have a 90-degree crossfire on these guys. And this is going to get very messy. Here come the scone torpedoes. Chin soaks one for me. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. And the Dunkirk and the Mackinson are pushing in. We get some shots off on the Dunkirk. We see more torpedoes coming in. We crack him for what? Another 10,000 there? And he runs into the island. Chin and I are of the opinion that going through this gap is the best thing for us, because the scone will have to chase us, and if he gets himself detected, that means that our secondaries can pick him up. I've got 3 turrets ready. I was going to shoot at the Dunkirk, but I decided to go onto the Mackinson once he's run into the mountain. Ba-bum, there we go. Shots on. and we do another 11k off him. So I said it wasn't going to be like all medals and massive scores and things like this, but we do end up with quite a decent score towards the end. And as you can see, those torpedoes are coming in thick and fast to our rear. I take 2, I get a flood. That's going to slow my engines right down. But we're going to go on, we're looking, we've got the Mackensen, we've got a Hatsuharu, we've got the Dunkirk, and here we go, there's the Hatsuharu. We get a couple of shells off on him. Chin goes full volley. Bang, he's gone. We know this torpedo is probably coming out because that was a YOLO run if there ever was one. Mackenson's going across the top at me. I think he's trying to get a fire on me as he got the flood. But we avoid the torpedoes from the Hatsuharu. As I said, this Mackensen and the Dunkirk are in division, and we're pushing them so they can't stay where they are. So now they are having to back out, which is making them full broadside to the blue team guys that did spawn on CCAP. And this has been absolutely devastating for red team. That Mackensen just goes out with a bang. Now, the Dunkirk is going to have a little bit of better luck, but he can't angle against all of us. I'm trying to knock out his guns, but for whatever reason, the shots drop low. He's got torpedoes running in on him. He's got 2 sets of battleship guns to his front. There's not a lot I can do, but Chin hits the island. I push through and I'm watching for where that Nagato is over on the right hand side. Get my left and right there. I get a gun knocked out. Dunkirk is getting absolutely mullered from every direction. And once we get rid of this guy, then those other 3 members of blue team start to feel a little bit braver and push through. So Chin and I sail into the cap, and we're asking for some intel. We do this a lot throughout this game, just for shits and giggles, because our carrier just really didn't seem to know what he was doing with his planes. Or at least it appeared that way to us for the majority of the game, because there is a destroyer running around there. Now you'll notice that there's 2 ships across on ACAP. They've been successful in taking that. They're in division, but the Scone decides that as they're unprotected, he's going to go across there and have a crack at them. Those guys are intent on running down the carrier, and let's just say that that's a shot you will want to wait for, because it is an absolute beauty. So stick around, don't fast forward. So the Nagato now is kiting out for the edge of the map. He's broadside to that battleship that's ahead of us, although it's low health. He is taking shots from everywhere. The carrier is now deciding to push down. As he's angled, I've switched to HE. I'm going to put 1 salvo off. Chin and I are now going to hang a 180 and start heading back towards BCAP, because it's very obvious that the destroyer has pushed all the way across to A. The Scorn picks him up a high caliber. I'm guessing he's hit one of those battleships with torpedoes, and those guys are just running from that destroyer. We get fires on the Nagato, which are damage controlled. Chin gets a chip off him as well, and everybody else now is just mullering it. And you know, it's not kill stealing there. You know, I'd rather have guns off the map. Those guys were at a complete stalemate on this cap. Chin and I pushed through, and like I said, we had a total crossfire on that cap there. And what was there, 5 ships, 4, 5 ships that were in that cap? They literally could not move. They couldn't move forwards, they couldn't move backwards without being in a line of fire from torpedoes or guns from myself, Chin, or the other 2 ships that were out there. So I think there's a Fubuki here who has I think he started on ACAP and moved his way back, because he is very, very, very low health. And yeah, he's backed off. He's come. He's taken a cap. Um, could he have stayed and gone against that scone? Probably not. But those are the two guys who spent all that time running down the map. One of them has now been clattered by the carrier and has disappeared. So yeah, having the destroyer behind them has given them the urgency to push as fast as they can and try and get rid of the carrier. We're pinging the map again, trying to get the carrier to go and spot the destroyer. We see the carrier out there. I think he's had a decent run of it so far. And that Bayern who spent all that time running down that side of the map is going to be so disappointed, because that salvo goes out and 3, 2, 1, yoink. Sorry, buddy. That was an HE Citadel. I know his shells hit it right before mine did, and I think given that he spent all that time running down the map, Chin and I were laughing quite hard about that one. It wasn't intentional. I had shots ready, and they are without a carrier now. We're on 113,000 damage with 1 kill. We haven't got any medals, no high caliber, no Confederate, and I think we've shot at pretty much everything that there was on the map, apart from whatever started across on ACAP. There is only one thing ahead of us now, and it is the Scorn. And we're trying to sort of have a look at where our carriers' planes are, and there they are, up above BCAP. We've got to defend. The smoke there is, I think, from the Fubuki, who probably, I didn't see what happened to him, but he probably got torpedoed on it. And the Scone is being very, very wiggly. He gets a set of torps off, and he has got a very fast reload on these. So he's kiting away. The carrier should keep him spotted for us. We wait for him to turn in, and we miss everything. Literally, full salvo, miss everything. And although he has been very good with his torpedoes up till now, this set aren't going to touch my sides. I've got another reload coming up in a few seconds. He's still pretty much full health, but now he's got the attention of everybody. I want to give him a broadside and tempt him to run in and give me a salvo of torpedoes. But with everybody shooting at him, I don't think he knows which way to turn. So we blat a salvo off and miss everything again. So RNG completely against me on that one. He does get knocked out, and like I said, at the end of the game, 113,000, 1 kill, a defend, a cap assist, because everybody sailed into the cap with us, and that Scorn did have an absolutely awesome game. Chin and I get 1 and 3 with 4 kills between us. The Scone, GG buddy, I did try to add you as a friend to send you a message and say you played a brilliant game. So Huford, if you're out there and you watch this, GG buddy. Hope you've liked watching this one. It shows the importance of a crossfire and how devastating it can be to the other team. Try and put it into practice when you're out there in your ships. Until next time, take care and goodbye.